of course, a lot more creepy stuff happens. Also, as always, please be sure to go support the Greylock channel. The link to it will be in the top of the description down below. But alright, enough of me talking. Let's hop right in. Video 010. Messages from the dead. The serpent's right eye was plucked from his head and was transformed and engulfed in a great flame that was fashioned to provide light for all of creation. And lo, it was made to nourish the earth, so that life might thrive and flourish from it. In a forest again. Are we on the mountain? Is that a mouse? Or a rat? Whatever it is, bro looks dead. Okay, we're taking it. Glove? Could this be the same glove that we saw in video 4 with the break-in? I could be overthinking. Could just be a glove.
Hey, babe. I'm just checking in. Could you please give me a call as soon as you can? Don't worry about work either, please. You're way more important, okay? Okay. I love you. Bye.
Okay, so that sounded like Alex trying to call Tiffany. For people watching this on YouTube, Tiffany is the one who lost her baby. We witnessed that in video 5. And Alex is her husband.
After we lost the baby, I stayed home for almost a month. We both took it hard, but I was just really worried about Tiffany. She seemed to only be getting worse with time. She spent a lot of time by herself. When it came time for me to return to work, we decided I would call home every day during my lunch break, just so we could talk and check in on each other. She always picked up the phone whenever I called. She knew it would worry me sick if she didn't pick up the phone. But this time, on that day, she didn't pick up. Tiffany, babe, still haven't heard from you. Hope everything's okay. You're probably just busy doing something, but we've been talking every day since I've been back to work, so, you know.
I'm the hero, I do agree. It does sound like she may have killed herself because of the loss of her child, and that's why she didn't answer the phone for this day.
I'm getting a bit
Let's continue
worried,
watching.
so please call me back, okay? Love you.
It's the triangle with the circle in it again. We're seeing this like every episode now, dude. This screams cult. So now I'd like to think, because if the Unit 13 news channel, right, from that one video also had the triangle with the eye, and then we see the triangle in the eye here in something that looks kind of cult related, would that mean that Unit 13 and the cult are connected and they're not separate? Because I thought they could have been like separate teams in this, but it does seem that they are directly connected now. Let's keep watching though. Could be jumping the gun.
I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm gonna head home. I'm sorry, I'm kind of freaking out. I'll be there soon.
Come on, Alex, you should have went home after she didn't answer the second call.
Iridium spark plugs are made with cutting-edge technology and materials for greater efficiency and longer life. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate with the purchase of 4 or more select Iridium spark plugs.
O'Reilly.
Hello.
Dr. Heinrich Albrecht, Medical Examiner, Westfield. May 19th, 1987, 3:23 p.m. Intake report for Tiffany Elaine Marie Crisaldi. Caucasian female, age 28, 39, 26, 30, 27, 25. Case number 87-09-1-HA. This autopsy will be conducted at the request of the Adams Police Department. Initial external evaluation reveals a resinous black substance adhered to the face, neck, and upper thoracic region. Samples have been obtained.
Wait,
Additionally,
hold on,
the eyes are
hold
fully
on.
retracted.
Wait, go back. I'm sorry, I can't. I gotta slow it down around this section right here where it glitches out. REV 96. I don't know if that means anything.
Initial external evaluation reveals a resinous black substance adhered to the face, neck, and upper thoracic region.
Black substance.
Samples have been obtained. Additionally, the eyes are fully retracted. These observations are aside from any traditional indicators of struggle or violence as a cause of death. Rigor and livor mortis align with the estimated time of death. Of particular note, and the reason for this specialist report, is an unusual finding on the abdomen, specifically below the sternum. A symbol of some sort has been carved into the flesh. Equally concerning is the absence of hemorrhaging in the surrounding tissues. Due in part to this, I have been able to ascertain that this symbol was carved into the skin post-mortem. In regard to timing, based on my analysis, I would say the cuts were likely made several hours after death. Well, photographs and casts have been made for further analysis. I'll be consulting with forensic anthropologists and symbology experts to better understand the nature and potential significance of the symbol. In summary, while the exact cause of death is yet to be determined, it is the carving that requires the initiation of an immediate and in-depth investigation.
For sure.
This aspect of the case should be treated with utmost priority due to its unusual and unnerving nature.
Okay, this seems like that the cult got to Tiffany first. That definitely doesn't look like a suicide like we may have initially thought it was. She has black liquid like coming out of her face, and then she has a carving on her body of a symbol, and he says that it happened a few hours after death. And that may be what we saw with the whole candles and chalk and everything. Maybe her death ritual or whatever it was. Definitely odd. You guys are saying Revelations 9:6, and in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Like they can't die even if they want to. That could definitely tie in with Tiffany. I mean, Tiffany could definitely want to die because of all that's happened to her with her child being lost. But I mean, she did die here. They're like going over her body.
Okay, Tiffany, we're recording now.
Okay.
So, Tiffany, you just had your 6th birthday, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you have a party?
Yeah.
How was it?
Good.
That's good. You're awfully quiet today.
So she was like, this stuff was destined to happen to her. They've been doing stuff to her since she was a child. I mean, I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but there's a doctor and his name is redacted. They don't want us to know his name. And she's 6 years old here. So her baby disappearing may not have been random at all. And this might make sense if she was targeted for a ritual for her death. Let's keep going. This is crazy.
Seeing them again?
Yes.
Can you see them right now?
Yes.
Where are they? Where are they, Tiffany?
They're everywhere.
Private lock for case file 87-091-HA for my home archives. The date is May 19, 1987. Time is 8:03 p.m. I conducted an examination of Miss Tiffany Crisaldi today. Her body arrived shortly before I was to leave the office for the day, but I decided to at least begin external examinations. Though it seemed misfortune loomed over the proceedings, electrical flickers and inexplicable drops and spikes in room temperature, repairs may be required.
No, Chief, you know it's more than that.
I wanted to refrain from mentioning this part whatsoever, but I feel compelled to do so.
You should.
After placing Miss Crisaldi in storage and moving on to cleaning up, my assistant Sarah mentioned that she'd heard what sounded like a woman crying, coming from the direction of the cooler. I shrugged off her remark and let her leave early, telling her she was likely stressed or overtired, and I continued cleaning up on my own. I didn't dare to tell her that I heard it as well.
At Choice Hotels like this Quality Inn, you get more for your money so you can maximize any vacation and get more of that family time. Can I see that? Maximized. Check into more. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Okay, are you ready, Tiffany?
I think so.
What?
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll need you to follow my instructions, okay, Tiffany? As long as you do that, everything will be fine. Can you do that for me?
Okay.
Good. I'm going to play some sounds that will help you through this exercise. Good. Now close your eyes and keep them closed until I tell you to open them. I want you to picture yourself standing outside your house in your front yard. It's a beautiful day out with big fluffy clouds and a blue sky. No one else is around. Now look down at the grass around you and watch how each blade moves in the gentle breeze. Now look forward and see your house. And look around and see the trees swaying a little bit.
I kind of want to close my eyes and do this exercise.
You can hear all the rustling of the leaves around you. calms down now, and you begin walking very slowly towards the front door of your house. Step. 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 And with each step you take, it looks like the day's getting later and later. Soon the golden rays of the sunset are shining against your house. The front door is closer now, but you still have some more steps to go. Step. 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 And now you're only 3 steps from the door. Step. The sun vanishes behind the trees, going down. Step. The stars begin twinkling in the sky above, and the moon shines its soft glow over everything around you. Step. You arrive at the front door. Reach out your hand, turn the doorknob, and open the door. Your house looks like it always does at nighttime, except you're the only one here now. You take off your shoes. First the right shoe. Then the left shoe. You can feel the floor against your feet. You can smell the familiar aroma of your house. Everything is in its proper place. You are alone. You're going to walk quietly to your bedroom now. You come to the stairs and begin to walk up. You hold on to the banister as you go, letting your hand slide up. Step. 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 Step.
Damn, we're walking a little slow here.
You reach the second floor hallway. Everything is in its proper place. You are alone. Nobody else is here with you. You look to the right and you can see your bedroom door closed at the end of the hall. And you start walking nice and calmly towards it. You see the door coming closer with each step. You can see the pink flower stickers that you put on it 2 years ago, and the small wooden sign that reads Tiffany with the little blue bird in the corner. Step. 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 You're at your bedroom door now. You reach out your hand and grasp the doorknob and turn it. The door opens, and you can see that your room looks just like it did the last you saw it. You see the colorful quilt on your bed. You see your small white dresser with all the stickers and scuff marks, just like always. Your stuffed animals are all resting by your purple toy box. You feel comfortable. You feel safe. You are alone. You walk into a room, and that's when you can see something different that's never been there before. Tell me what you see.
It's a door next to my window.
That's right, it's a door. What does the door look like, Tiffany?
It looks black. It has weird marks on it. The wood looks weird.
Walk to the door and open it.
I'm scared.
It doesn't matter if you're scared. You must open the door. Good job, Tiffany.
Where'd the music
Now
go?
tell me what's on the other side of the door.
It's a small room. Somebody's in there.
No, Tiffany, you're alone.
No. There's someone here. He's facing away from me. He's standing and tall. He's very tall.
Tiffany, you are alone. Nobody else is there. Now tell me what else is in the room.
There's a TV. The screen is all fuzzy, and the tall man is watching it.
Tiffany, I want you to focus on removing the man from your mind. When I snap my fingers, he will be gone. You will be alone.
The man's shaking. His body is cracking.
Okay, Tiffany, I'm going to count down from 5. When I snap my fingers, you will return to the real world. 5. You're feeling more awake
He's
now.
turning around.
4. Everything around you is becoming
He's
hazy.
looking at me. He sees me.
3. Tiffany, you can feel the chair you're sitting in again. 2. Everything around you fades to the blackness behind your eyes. 1. Full control of your body. 0. You're awake, Tiffany. You will return to reality now.
Dude, that was like an experience. I'm not gonna lie. Listening to that with your eyes closed is a whole nother thing. That sinister music in the background and listening to his voice tell you what to do is definitely like a whole different vibe. She refers to him as tall man, that thing in the room, that person in the room. She says he's a tall man, and Paul Morelli described what was in the forest as a tall man.
But a few of the guys said they'd seen something running around in the woods surrounding the site. I think it's probably a deer or whatever, but seeing all the ruckus we're making out here, you know? But they all insisted it was something else. Something like a real tall man.
Whether this is the first contact or creation of the dude with the cracked mask, or if he's existed already, I don't know. But you could tell that the doctor did not expect this guy to be there. And yet he was, and he seems to be extremely, I want to say extremely powerful. You can hear the stuff in the room shaking.
0. You're awake, Tiffany. You will return to reality now.
And then of course, hold on, I gotta go back here. I think this is just a picture of Tiffany. Oh, God. Jesus. Yeah, that seems to be it for that section. Is Tiffany like the first one for their thought form experiments? Is she kind of like the start of it? Or who knows? I mean, it's definitely, I think it's definitely something to consider. It is, someone said that like maybe she's just like very powerful like spiritually, and as far as creating thought forms go, that definitely could be a possibility. Maybe she's like a prodigy in what she does. He's gonna cut it open and look at it. I'd like to believe he that he found this rat on the mountain, and he's trying to see why it died, maybe like if the mountain affected its death. My theory is this is Jim Melgren investigating here. I don't know why anybody else would be around looking at rats, except for somebody that would be investigating. Gun Digest. Black goo comes out. That out of all the things that could have came out of that rat just now, this was the last thing. What? Bro just pulled a tape out of a rat. Oh, you better play that right now. Not make me wait for the next video, please. Oh, thank God.
I have some very important information for you pertaining to the events you have been investigating. You must have questions regarding who I am, have located you, and what reason I have contacted you. I won't be answering any of those questions, but I will be promoted to time. For now, I am simply offering you information. You can take it or leave it. It's impressive you have made the line for this long. But then again, you've gone to great lengths in the past in order to survive. Haven't you? I'm going to tell you a story, Jim. A story that you've been dying to hear.
Did you see the face here? You could see her face in the corner there. So wow, that was quite a video. To be honest, Tiffany's kind of giving me like main character vibes. I mean, I know she's kind of dead, but she seems super important to this story, like way more than we thought she was. At first, she thought she was just a woman who lost her baby as a result to all the craziness going on around her. But we see now that things have been going on since she was way younger. Also, something that I realized in this live stream when I was going back over the series, in video 3, when we learn about the thought forms, we find out that the tape is meant for someone named Alex Marsh. That's Tiffany's husband, the one that we also saw in this video. He works for Unit 13, which is in charge of the creation of thought forms. That cannot be a coincidence. Now, how all this is going to connect, I genuinely don't know yet. We know that there's like some kind of cult going on, and I think that might be the cult symbol that we saw at the end of the video talking to Jim. We also know that Unit 13 is the thing, and I think they're connected to the cult somehow. I'm not exactly sure how yet. And then obviously we have Alex and Tiffany, their family, and how their family connects to all this. We're not even 100% sure either. Was Alex aware of the things that happened to Tiffany when she was younger? Was Tiffany aware that Alex worked for Unit 13 or works for it? As far as Jim Melgren goes, we learned in tape 8 that he was getting information from Arnold, who was basically telling him all this behind the scenes stuff. And Jim is actually like a private investigator basically, and is trying to look into all this stuff going on and trying to expose it to the public. But it seems that now the cult may be aware of what he's doing. And they say that they want to tell him his story, so I believe that story is what we'll hear in tape 11. And we also hear that he's went to great lengths to survive in the past. So it seems that Jim also has a background story of his own that we don't know yet. But as always, guys, I would love to know your thoughts and theories if you have any in the comments down below. And of course, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to the Greylock channel. This is one of my favorite analog horror series that I've ever covered, and they definitely need a lot more support over there. So be sure to go watch the videos yourself. You may have seen something that I missed. But I do hope you enjoyed today's video and reaction. If you did, don't forget to drop a like on it. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I do videos like this all the time on my channel. And we're trying to hit 300K before the end of the year. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Hello gorgeous people, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're checking out a newer analog horror series called The Real. It's still very new, it only has 3 episodes so far, but basically it's about these creatures coming from another dimension. At least that's what I think it's about. It's a little complicated to explain, but you'll see once we get into it. It's by a channel called Anomaly, who uploads a ton of horror videos, so be sure to go check out Anomaly's channel. Link will be in the description down below. And alright, enough of me talking. Let's jump right in. Video 1. Intruder. Okay. Got some security cameras going on. Sounds like someone's moving around in this house. This video is called The Intruder, so I'm guessing we're gonna see someone break into this house? Some old-ass security cameras. Didn't see anything, but heard someone walking around for sure. Okay, hold up. I gotta pause because I know that I'm not gonna be able to read this in time. Warning, this is a national alert. All citizens are required to remain vigilant due to the escape of an extremely dangerous entity. The government mandates the following preventative actions, failure to comply with which may result in imprisonment or internment due to imminent biological risk. Internment, not interment. Okay, so this must be some very dangerous entity here. All right, what are the things we have to do? Cancel any public funerals, remove all mannequins from commercial stores, burn any photograph that includes human beings, remove all mirrors from homes, buildings, hospitals, and commercial establishments. Hold on, whoa. Wait, these are all very, very different things here. Cancel any public funerals, remove all mannequins from commercial stores. Okay, the only two things I could put together with that is that they're both human shaped, whether it be dead bodies at a funeral or a mannequin. So maybe whatever it is can possess bodies? I don't know. That's me really throwing it out there. Burn any photograph that includes human beings. That's really confusing. What could an entity even do with that? And then remove all mirrors from everywhere. Every individual must carry a visible document of identification at all times, both outside and inside home. Okay. Is that not kind of counterintuitive to burn anything or any photograph with a human on it? Dr. Andrew Becker. We have been monitoring an entity for the past 2 months. We have enclosed it in a 4-meter thick concrete container and monitoring it with an internal camera. Is this the same entity? The entity appears to be motionless, although we have found it in 2 different positions when not under observation. This is extremely bizarre, but despite lacking facial features, it seems to interact with the camera. Okay. Okay, it's a mannequin. At least that's what it looks like. The following photographs were taken using different spectrums of light and revealed a strange face after a transformation that lasted almost 106 hours. Okay. The entity remains always silent. However, some laboratory workers reported feeling that the figure spoke directly to them through the screens. HR and SD, the 2 permanent camera monitors, had to be hospitalized in critical condition after 3 weeks. A strange infection and enormous tumors rapidly spread across their faces. Okay. So I see why they don't want mannequins, because that thing looks exactly like a mannequin. It does look like that over time it becomes more human, at least like it said, gaining the facial features. And they do have it in a secure location, it sounds like. It's in, like they said, in a concrete box, basically underground. But it seems like you're still screwed. Even by looking at it through a camera from a monitor, workers grew tumors on their face? That is insane. The discovery of the real.
Jacques Lacan, éminent psychiatre français, a mené tout au long de sa vie une enquête intense sur l'ontologie, la linguistique et la psyché des vérités de la réalité. Sa théorie la plus célèbre, celle des 3 registres, propose une dimension radicale de l'existence à laquelle nous ne pouvons accéder directement, seulement à travers une rencontre traumatisante avec l'impossible. Ce réel est une structure insaisissable par l'esprit, où l'existence se configure selon des paramètres défiant la compréhension. L'homme, dans son intérêt infini à aller au-delà de lui-même, pourrait accidentellement créer une brèche catastrophique s'il tentait d'accéder au réel. Dans le réel, il n'y a pas d'identité, pas de figure, seulement l'horreur et l'incertitude.
I'm just gonna go back and read that part for you, because I feel like that may have been a little confusing to understand still. The discovery of the real. Lacan, renowned French psychiatrist, conducted an intense lifelong inquiry into the ontology, linguistics, and psyche of the truths of reality. His most famous theory, that of three registers, proposes a radical dimension of existence that we can only access indirectly through a traumatic encounter with the impossible. This real is a structure elusive to the mind where existence is shaped by parameters that defy understanding. Man, in his infinite interest to go beyond himself, could accidentally create a catastrophic breach if he attempted to access the real. In the real, there is no identity, no figures, only horror and uncertainty. Not quite sure what that means, but based on what we learn here, the real is this other dimension or plane of existence that has some horrifying things in it, just based on these few pictures we have, which also look kind of like mannequins. This one's got like flesh inside of it, it looks like. Yeah, very confused by that so far. Okay, we're back to the security. Cops are coming. Still not seeing anything though. Oh, we're getting photographs of the house now. This looks like dirty laundry, but here looks like a blood stain or something. Like, that looks like that could be an organ. Okay. Alright, and that's where the first video ends. So I guess the mannequin is the intruder. So either that happens before they captured the mannequin, or the mannequin escaped from its little concrete box that it was in. Hopefully that was taken before they captured it, because this thing is really dangerous just looking at it. I can't imagine what happens if it touches you. That also means, is that what that sound was at the beginning? Was that the mannequin walking around? I always think mannequins are terrifying in horror games, especially when it's like you turn around and then when you turn back they're in a different position. I always thought that was like creepy. So the fact that there's a mannequin breaking into people's houses and I guess possibly killing them is even more disturbing. And obviously this thing seems to have come from this dimension of reality that they're calling the real. But the question is that the only entity that comes from the real, or is this just one of many? This next video is called Research, so I think we'll find out more right now. Video 2. Research.
This is an instructional video intended for proper qualified personnel in the treatment, study, safeguarding, and storage of entities and phenomena, the public scientific disclosure of which would constitute a tearing apart of the fabric of civilization.
Tape 1. The Everyday Reality.
Everyday reality refers to the objective and tangible existence of the world around us, independent of our individual perceptions and beliefs. It encompasses all the events, objects, phenomena, and processes that make up the universe, including both the observable and the unobservable. Reality is characterized by its capacity to directly influence and impact our lives, and it can be studied and understood through different disciplines such as physics, biology, psychology, and philosophy. While our interpretations and understandings of reality may vary, reality itself is considered a fundamental and objective concept that exists beyond our individual perceptions.
Honestly, not sure what to think of that. Oh, more about Lacan.
Dans la théorie de Jacques Lacan, le concept du réel ne se réfère pas simplement au physique ou au matériel, mais plutôt à une dimension de l'expérience qui est fondamentalement inaccessible et perturbante. Il ne peut être pleinement capturé par le langage ou les représentations mentales que nous construisons pour donner un sens au monde. Pour l'auteur français, la réalité quotidienne est médiatisée par le langage et les symboles que nous utilisons pour la représenter. Cette médiation symbolique crée une expérience subjective de la réalité qui est façonnée par nos croyances, nos préjugés et nos fantasmes individuels. Le réel, quant à lui, surgit dans nos vies de manière à nous confronter au manque de correspondance entre nos représentations et l'expérience directe. C'est ce qui soutient l'appareil même de l'existence. Le réel se manifeste à travers l'inexplicable, l'incompréhensible et le traumatique, et c'est une force perturbatrice qui trouble notre illusion de contrôle et de domination sur le monde.
Again, I'm going to go back and just read that to you, so maybe it's a little bit easier to understand. In Lacan's theory, the concept of the real does not simply refer to the physical or material, rather a dimension of experience that is fundamentally inaccessible and disturbing. It cannot be fully captured by language or the mental representations we construct to make sense of the world. For the French author, everyday reality is mediated by language and symbols that we use to represent it. This symbolic mediation creates a subjective experience of reality that is shaped by our beliefs, prejudices, and individual fantasies. The real, on the other hand, intrudes into our lives in ways that confront us with the lack of correspondence between our representations and direct experience. It is that which sustains the apparatus of existence itself. The real manifests itself through the inexplicable, the incomprehensible, and the traumatic. And it is disruptive force that disturbs our illusion of control and mastery over the world. So after reading that a few times, I'm still a bit confused, but it sounds like that the real is seen through ways that just don't make sense or that are unexplained. Again, doesn't make sense to me either, but hopefully we get some sense of understanding of this soon. Maybe we'll get an example, I don't know. But definitely, oh god, that's confusing. Tape number 3. What then exists in the real? Okay.
To understand what exists in this realm called the real, it is necessary to engage in the highest exercise of mental abstraction. While the real can be perceived through the senses and manifested in concrete objects, this is merely an imaginary way of being processed by the human mind, derived from what can be seen as an image. Due to the physical limitations of the organism and the tendency towards the survival of subjective psychic experience, these phenomena present themselves through a collective and individual imaginary. These supposed entities fracture existence and create an unassimilable gap after traumatic experiences or failures in the known reality. Warning: phenomena of the real may be collectively perceived as everyday objects. However, despite certain reports, although many people may see the exact same thing, certain digital devices would interpret them differently, and some individuals would apprehend them with forms and characteristics that differ from those commonly described.
I'm starting to get it now, I think. This is a photograph of a wooden cube, and that's what it looks like. But then also, this is a drawing that a child made of that same cube. So the child sees it differently than the camera can. So like they were showing before, like these pigeons, to the human eye, look like pigeons, but they can actually be something from the real that is just not fully visible by certain human eyes. I feel like the best way that I can explain it is imagine an alternate from the Mandela catalog, but it fully disguises itself as a human. Pretty much identical, but it's still an alternate. You just don't know. I think that is the threat here. And that these things from the real can still harm you, but they look exactly like normal everyday objects. Which, honestly, based on what I'm hearing, that sounds almost impossible to fight against. But let's learn a little more. Maybe we'll learn something that we didn't know. Personnel are advised to carry a unique identification document at all times. Mandatory.
The real could even be interpreted by the mind in the form of a friend, a child, or any other person. Although the identification card is not foolproof, it has reported an effectiveness of 28% compared to other methods that have failed outright. it appears that the real primarily manifests in the human mind through organic entities. Rarely have experiences with inanimate objects been reported. However, the latter have exhibited the most volatile, dangerous, and risky characteristics for maintaining the stability of reality.
So basically the whole identification card thing is to possibly avoid running into the real disguised as humans. Because like they show here, some people can see this girl like this, but some people also see her like this. I don't know, that's still confusing to me. Some people can see it, some people can't. I wonder what makes you have the ability to see the real and to not see it. Maybe that's what they meant by you can see it through traumatic events and things like that. Like maybe if you've been through enough trauma, you can see things from the real. Let's continue learning. Tape number 4. The real testing. This is a test that should only be undergone by authorized personnel. Possession of this material outside scientific military supervision risks federal prosecution. Alright, so technically we shouldn't be watching this.
Next, practice personnel will be shown a photograph of an entity phenomenon, which has been concluded with 89% certainty to be real. The following image was captured after a fire and explosion at Plastic Factory, Ohio in 1978, where 14 people were fatally injured, and 10 others suffered irreversible lifelong consequences. Personnel are advised to observe the material under the following mandatory conditions. Failure to comply will result in capture and permanent quarantine at the study center facility. Close doors and window.
Done.
Do not observe it between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. A 70% occurrence of unpredictable effects has been reported during this time range. Do not be in the...
Alright, I already messed up that part because I'm watching this between those 2 times.
Company of another human, and the real could take the form of your counterpart and transform them into a doppelganger. If you have been diagnosed with a psychotic disorder such as schizophrenia, schizophreniform disorder, major depression, or anti-mass personality disorder, the probability of experiencing a panic crisis or paranoid crisis has been reported at 45% compared to other mental disorders.
Interesting.
If you cannot see anything, do not take your eyes off the image. The real could be in your visual apparatus, affecting an object or physical phenomenon in your surroundings. When the image is removed, close your eyes for 40 seconds.
Observe with utmost care what would be reflected in the mirror. Okay. I can't really tell what I'm looking at in the mirror here. Results. 35% of people claim to have seen nothing. Okay, I think I'm in that 35%. 21% of people claim to have seen a chair like this. 18% of people claim to have heard a voice inside their head. 10% of people claim to have seen nothing behind the mirror, but they felt tremendous terror. 9% of people claim to have seen something like this drawing. 7% of people were never seen again. Okay, so this one was both informative and gave me even more questions. We kind of know how the reel works now. We know that, for example, say the reel is this cup of water. Something from the reel is trying to look like this cup of water. This may look like a normal cup of water to me, but you might be able to see what it actually is. And then also a camera might see something different than what we both see. This is super complicated entity that we're dealing with, or realm of reality apparently. The reel disguises itself as things from our worlds, but it can be perceived differently by everybody, which makes it super hard to tell what's actually the real and what's not. Now, how they affect other people, I'm guessing it just kills other people. We haven't gotten a full understanding of that yet, but we know kind of how it works now. That whole mirror sequence at the end there, let me know if you guys got any result differently than I did. I couldn't really see anything in that mirror, but if you felt like you could see something differently in the picture of the mirror, let me know in the comments down below. Did you see the chair, or did you see that face? Jump into the last video. Maybe we'll learn even more than what we already know. The next one is called First Contact. So maybe, I guess, humans' first interaction with the real? Video 3. First Contact. Tape number 5. The White Mannequin, the most dangerous entity reported to date, 1989. Dr. Alexander Simard, head of the Department of Anomalous Reality Investigation Cases, presenting case 0014 regarding the White Mannequin. Okay, so back to the mannequin from the first video.
It happened in Toronto in 1988. The workers of a renowned clothing store called Salvatore Boutique in the city's downtown area reported that, for several weeks, they found a series of mannequins in different positions inside the store. The security cameras captured this, showing these figures in places where they shouldn't be.
That's definitely a little creepy. If you're checking security cameras and you see this.
A few weeks after these curious occurrences, the death of 3 individuals was reported. 2 female employees of the clothing store and a passerby. This all happened on the night of June 10th. The footage of their deaths was captured by internal and external security cameras. Apparently, a figure with strange arms suddenly emerged from some of the store's mannequins and attacked the 2 women inside.
Whoa.
A man who happened to be passing by also suffered a fatal fate. The police prohibited the disclosure of the audiovisual material.
That's unlucky, just walking by a store
later, after
and
an
that
apparent
happens?
calm in the activity of the mannequins, this image forced the permanent closure of the clothing store.
Okay.
Half a year later, the American Security Department requested the intervention of the Canadian government for the study of these mannequins. The team from the Department of Anomalous Reality Investigation Cases selected 2 of their top doctors to initiate the study of these strange creatures. They were kept in a laboratory 1 kilometer deep, in a specially contained room for observation purposes for several days.
Which we learned about.
The examination of this mannequin revealed a series of issues, as despite the images showing the presence of muscular material inside it, as well as relatively human-like nervous tissue, some members of the medical team were emphatic in stating that they never saw what the images recorded. They claimed to have only examined an ordinary mannequin made of wood and metal, which they disassembled and found nothing unusual.
Okay, so this is a solid example of what they were talking about before, about how, again, to the human eye, you can't see it, but cameras or other people may be able to see these things. So to these scientists here in this photo, they were just looking at a normal mannequin, examining it, but meanwhile, in the pictures, you clearly see that it has its own flesh, muscular tissue, it has these root things on it, it looks like, so it's very clearly alive, but not to all human eyes. Ugh. Yeah, that's definitely not a normal mannequin. For sure is not. I'm surprised it didn't attack them, though. Okay, that actually looks like someone's getting attacked on the ground.
This event led the department to conduct an exhaustive study of the nature of this entity, as well as all others that exhibited similar characteristics.
Tape 6. The interview. Next, we will present excerpts from a transcript of interviews conducted with 3 prisoners sentenced to life imprisonment. Their names are Wilder Harrington, Sterling Donovan, Piotr Kazmarek. The latter was the one who provided the most relevant testimony for the investigation. Okay, what does this have to do with anything? Wilder Harrington. I don't know, man, I've told you like 3-4 times already. I saw that damn thing move on the table during lunchtime. What the hell did you expect me to do? I know nobody gives a damn about my life or anyone else's in this goddamn world, but nobody wants to die like that. That thing could have even attacked me. No, it wasn't just the damn chair. What the hell are you telling me? Alright, so this definitely sounds like a real encounter. I saw how he tried to escape. It even told me the plan. I'm not stupid enough to fall for that crap, especially after seeing what you guys did to him in the cell with those black hooded men. No, then who the hell else could it be? He didn't die. Are you crazy? I saw him this morning. You think I'm a liar? What more do you need from a snitch? Are these about the same encounter? Let's see what the third guy has to say. There were 4 of us. You already know the names. The idiot was munching on a piece of human intestine, and nobody said a damn thing. I don't know where he got it from. I don't think he killed anyone. I don't think he's one of those, what do you call them? Oh yeah, cannibals. No, he wasn't eating an apple, man. I'm telling you, he had a piece of meat in his hand. I wasn't about to start a fight over such stupidity. You guys have surveillance cameras. I know what I saw. The other idiots must have conspired to get me locked up in isolation. So what I'm understanding from this situation is there were 4 prisoners. We just heard interviews from 3 of them. The 4th one was sitting at a table with them eating what he thought was an apple, but the other guys saw that he was eating what looked like intestines because it was an object from the reel, so it's seen differently from different perspectives. The first prisoner that we got an interview from here attacked the 4th guy that was eating, thinking that he's a cannibal and that he was literally eating someone and that he might have attacked him next. That's at least what I'm getting from this. Another mannequin. Okay, so this is my thoughts on all this so far. Again, just so we're aware, this series is only 3 videos in so far. I think we're gonna potentially get a lot more. The first video of this was released around a month ago, and these last 2 videos came out in the last 2 weeks. So these videos are coming out pretty damn quick. So as always, if you guys like this series, make sure to like the video down below, and I'll continue to do research on this one and continue to react to these videos. But it seems like the reel is a very, very complicated thing. I don't even know how to describe it. But it sounds like the reel is from another plane of existence or another dimension, and it comes to our world disguising itself as objects or people or things in hopes of causing conflict or maybe actually hurting humans. And its only weakness is that some people can see it. And even that is a very, very light weakness. The fact that it's not visible to everybody is crazy and ridiculous to fight off. How are you supposed to fight something that only some of us can see? And again, it can be anything. It could be a box, a pigeon, a person, an object like an apple. It's just insane how this thing works. And it seems like the mannequin is the first thing or the first occurrence that happened in this world. And we saw it again there at the end. So I think the mannequin it could be the leader of what's going on here, or it could just be our main entity that we're dealing with at the moment. I don't know, this is a very confusing one so far, and it seems like the more videos we get, the more of an understanding I get, so hopefully that will continue as these videos release. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any thoughts or theories, or if you think you can explain it better. Please do in the comments down below. And as always, please be sure to go support the original content. You may find something that I didn't miss if you watch the video for yourself, so be
craveable seafood that won't break the bank. Order today.
Before the video starts, I just want to let you guys know that this video was originally recorded back in the middle of August. I actually thought I had lost this file, but I found it recently, so I'm deciding to upload it now. But I hope you guys enjoy. Hello gorgeous people, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going over a lesser known analog horror series called Woodlands National Park. In this series, we explore a national park that is completely taken over by different monsters and entities and creatures, and they basically pose a huge threat to the public. But for some reason, the national park keeps trying to get people to come in. This analog horror series is also a little different because we get to see an actual camera perspective instead of mostly just like flashing images. But you guys will see what I mean when we get into it. This series is by the channel Buddy Films. Please be sure to go support their channel. The link will be in the description down below. But alright guys, enough of me talking. Let's hop right in. Video 1. The most dangerous national park. Woodlands National Park, EST 1912.
Hello everyone, I'm Park Ranger Steve. And I'm Park Ranger Alex. And
hello.
Welcome to Woodlands National Park, located in the beautiful state of...
In the beautiful state of where? Park brochure, located in the beautiful state of... Too blurry to read, but it's in the US. Park information. Woodlands National Park was designated as a national monument in 1912 and made an official national park in 1939. The park contains many animus, creatures, plants, and entities.
And today we're going to be talking about informational videos that are only available at our visitor centers. These videos will include stuff about the park, locations, and crazy animals that will give you nightmares.
Ooh. He's standing right there.
These videos can be located at our visitor centers at the designated viewing stations. All you have to do if you want to learn about a subject is press the designated button and these videos will play. These videos cover topics such as walkers, weather, trail locations, visitors locations, national park history, and more.
Thank you everyone for watching. We hope you found this video informational, and we hope you also find further videos informational.
If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to a park ranger and they will help you the best they can.
We hope you enjoy your stay and have a great time at Woodlands National Park.
Okay, so that was pretty short, but that was just the first video. It's a little introduction to the series. It concerns me how easily they talk about that there's creatures that will give you nightmares in the park. Why would you ever want to go there? Unless they're meaning it with like a joking tone, but it definitely, based on what we saw, it doesn't seem like it's a joke. We get to see one creature for a second. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, we get to see this. This kind of looks like part of a skull, and we hear some growling. And then there's a section where it says he's standing right there. I guess you could kind of see something over here, but it's very hard to see. But it seems our two main characters at the moment are Park Rangers Steve and Alex. Yeah, that was just the intro, so not much to say about that one. I don't know what state that was in. It seems like the state is very blurry when it says it on purpose. Let's just keep it going. Let's jump into the next one. Video 2. The existence of Wendigos. All right.
Hi everyone, I'm Steve with Woodlands National Park, and today I'm going to be talking about Wendigos. Now what is a Wendigo? Well, a Wendigo is actually a Native American legend, which until recently we thought it was a legend. Due to some mishaps at the park, there is no legs here. You can see the drag marks about here. We now have a knowledge that Wendigos are real. Now, with this being said, if you need more information about the Wendigo, please feel free to pick up a pamphlet at one of our many visitor centers around the park. Now, what should you do if you encounter one on one of our many prestigious trails? Well, the first thing you should do is never run. They love it when you run.
Do they now?
So, you can't run. So what should you do? Well, the reason we say don't run is because actually a Wendigo can run up to 45 miles per hour. And this is...
Oh, please stop cutting off. I need to know all the information about this thing. Oh, the park brochure again. Wendigos. First discovered by the Native Americans in the northern regions of the United States, the Wendigo is a flesh-eating monster, has been observed running up to 45 miles per hour. To successfully kill a Wendigo, the heart must be removed.
The best course of action is to slowly back away. Make sure you watch your footing so you don't step on any loose debris. Once you've reached a safe distance, please speed up and reach one of your local visitor centers or one of your local officers. From then, please let them know the location and time of your sighting so we can close the area off and prevent any further casualties. Hey, John, what is it? John, we gotta go. John, we gotta go. John, we gotta go. John, we gotta go. Go. John, it's behind!
It's actually kind of funny because Park Ranger Steve here stutters a few times, and it almost seems like he's in fear while making this video. And I mean, completely understandable. If there's Wendigos that could run at 45 miles per hour and they're just eating people around the forest, I would definitely be a little scared too. Again, why is this place still open? If that's something that's just walking around, I have no idea. Definitely something to be concerned about. I would not be going here. It's also interesting that to kill them, the heart must be removed. How you're ever going to get in this situation with one of these things where you're going to be able to remove its heart, like, you're probably going to have to pin it down, like have like 3 people pin this thing down and then another person come in and take the heart out. How they're going to do that, good luck. I also think it's kind of funny that he's like, when you see one, back away slowly until you're far enough away and then run. But he kind of just immediately runs, and John over here, who's the third person, kind of just gets screwed over and killed, it seems. So RIP my boy John, he got eaten by the Wendigo. But let's jump into the next one, because I know this definitely gets a little crazier as time goes on. It's not just Wendigos in this place. Video 3. 45-foot tall cryptid.
I'm Park Ranger Alex here at Woodlands National Park.
Hi, Alex.
Before we get started with today's PSA, here are some announcements for the park this coming week. Dead Man's Trail is closed until further notice. We ask that all park members please respect the privacy of...
Dead Man's Trail? Given what I know about this place already, I'm pretty sure I know why it's named that and why it's closed.
We ask that all park members please respect the privacy of the victim.
Oh, so that was probably John that got killed in the last video.
The visitor center on the south side is also now open. Please stop by, as we have many activities for the family and the children. Today's PSA is in regards to the increased reports of walker activity throughout the park. And we as a park staff wish to inform the public about what walkers are and how to be safe against them.
Please.
Walkers are, by all accounts, unique to the park in that they are never found anywhere else in the world. Walkers, until recently, were believed to be completely invisible and possibly spectral. But due to thermal technology, we have been able to visualize walkers and now are able to report on how they actually look. Walkers are, for all intents and purposes, completely invisible to the naked eye, as their skin is such a dark black color it absorbs all spectrums of visible light.
Can I see one somehow? Oh, is that what they meant by it standing right there?
They can only be seen via thermal technology. And with this, we've been able to conclude they are anywhere between 12 to 45 feet tall, with long legs and short torsos.
45 feet. Park brochure again. We could always rely on the park brochure for information. They did say that. Walkers. Walkers are mysterious creatures that are completely invisible to the naked eye at night due to their incredibly dark skin that absorbs all visible light. We currently have no explanation for where they come from. They are estimated to be anywhere from 12 to 45 feet in height. Walkers are capable of producing high levels of radio waves from their bodies. This will cause any radio in the imminent area to produce static. This is theorized to be some sort of language to the walkers, but efforts to decipher the signals have been unsuccessful. Alright, so let me make some notes here. Just to put this into context for you, think of someone that you know that's 6 foot tall. Now think of them double their height. That is the smallest that one of these things can be. And again, they're invisible to the naked eye. It doesn't really say if they are a threat. I'm guessing that they definitely can be, or they either eat humans or something. They said that you could see them through thermal. I'd love to see a thermal view of one of these things just to see how it actually looks and how big it is in scale. So a 45-foot one? Dude, that's ridiculous. That's huge. I don't think that the park rangers are entirely normal. Like, I don't think they're just normal people just saying what's going on here. Maybe they're being forced to work here or something. There's just something about their vibe that's a little off. But let's continue.
While the walkers are incredibly dangerous creatures, there are measures you can take to ensure your safety and still have an enjoyable time here at Woodlands National Park.
Okay.
Firstly, we urge you not to leave the designated camping area. The designated camping area is walled off, well lit, and well protected against all outside threats at the park. And we urge you not to leave, as it is your safest place to be. Secondly, we urge you not to let your campfire die out, even late at night. Keeping your campfire stocked is your last line of defense against any threats that may want to hurt you. Thirdly, if you have any FM radio or AM radio or any kind of walkie-talkie, we urge you that if you hear static late at night, please respond with the words, "Ranger, Ranger." If you do not hear a designated ranger with a badge number respond to you, please ignore, as it is a walker. We do not understand how exactly this is possible, but we can confirm it is indeed a walker.
So, does that mean that they can imitate human voices? Because he said we don't know how this is possible, but it will definitely be a walker if they don't respond with a ranger number. They also said that the camp area is the only safe area and that it's like walled off and protected, but it still seems like walkers can get in there if you're worried about your fire going out. You got a fire here, and there's the static.
That concludes today's PSA. If you have any questions, feel free to ask a ranger or pick up a brochure in the visitor center. That's all for today, folks. Happy camping here at Woodlands National Park.
Thank you, Alex. Okay, so it seems like each video so far we're learning about like new creatures and things like that. And again, like I said, totally into this idea. I'm very, very interested to see where this goes. But alright, this next one seems like it's gonna be a little bit crazy. Video 4. The private military group. Oh, we didn't even get to finish the intro there. The Dyer Corporation, bringing you a better tomorrow. Gamma level clearance required. This program is considered highly classified. Any person or persons viewing this film without gamma level security clearance are subject to immediate termination of employment and benefits without warning from the Dyer Corporation. Viewer discretion is advised. Don't worry, viewers. Me being the YouTuber in this video, I am giving you all gamma level clearance. If anybody from the Dyer Corp contacts you or threatens your job, hit me up. I got you. I'll tell them I gave you clearance. Alright, so we got some highly classified level stuff going on here now. On June 3rd, 1975, the Dyer Corporation received a call from Woodlands National Park regarding the recent death of one of their production staff, John Stewart. Footage recovered from the scene revealed that the cause of death was an encounter with a Wendigo. Within 15 hours of John's death, the Dyer Corp's private military group, Task Force Delta, arrived on the scene. They were tasked with tracking down the creature and exterminating it. Okay. The team consisted of an expert tracker, 2 weapon specialists, and a cameraman to document the entire mission. So 4 people. Gotcha. Oh, we get a map. Site of John's death. Body found by park rangers. The expedition started from the site of John's death. Gotcha. Yes, it's got to be somewhere in that area. Oh, maybe never mind. That's a long red line. They followed the creature's trail to the riverbank where they found a shallow place to cross. I'm curious if they're actually going to remove this thing's heart right now, or if they're all just going to get killed by it. If the military gets killed by it, yeah, everybody's screwed. Just close off the park at that point. Wall off the place forever. I wonder if the cameras get staticky from walkers too. I don't think that was the case there, but... At the halfway point, the men set up a camp for the night. The mission resumed early the next morning. An off-trail campsite was discovered approximately 63 miles from the dead man's trail on the second day. Oh my god, so they traveled 63 miles? Jesus. Big ass park. Oh, there's the campsite. This poor cameraman. Bro's probably doesn't even have a weapon or anything. He's just here to record. Why are they sending him in? Oh, I guess he's in the middle.
One up, two up, three up. Document everything.
Okay, blood in the tents, not a good sign. Tent is destroyed too. Looks kind of recent. Oh, blood on the trees too, goddamn. Thank you for an analog horror where you can actually somewhat clearly see everything that's going on, by the way. Been through way too many recent analog horrors where you can just never see what's going on, really. Bloody handprints, too. Yeah, they're close. That's for sure. Delta team held their position till nightfall. Oh no, I was just talking about how you were able to see things. Now I can't.
I think we're clear. Wait. Wait. Contact! You, stay here. You, go.
This cameraman is not trained for this situation. Bro is so stressed. This guy was meant to be in the office, not on the field. Wait, did they just leave him alone?
Style or substance? Or here's another choice. Don't stop until you have everything in the GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate. We are professional grade.
Not hiding in the bloody tent, man. Bro, there's a hole in the tent. Oh. Did they get it?
Follow me! I'll cover you! Perfect! You can't stop! You can't stop!
No way, that's it. Yup, that's it. I thought that video was very cool. I liked seeing that much footage of like a whole expedition like hunting down this Wendigo and everything, and like finding like the messed up camp and everything. You see just enough and also not enough at the same time. Like I feel like if we see too much of the Wendigo, it could definitely get a little cheesy. It definitely does seem like that none of those guys were gonna end up making it out alive though. Like I know we got to see 2 of them at least at the end of that video, but I doubt they made it back out of the park alive. Especially they were in so deep and it was at night, they're probably dead. Which also goes to show if the military can't kill a Wendigo, how is anybody else supposed to? Or in this case, it's the Dire Corp. I don't know if they're technically military, but they're definitely like military grade. Like they have like weapons and everything like that. But yeah, if they can't kill them, then who is going to? Why is this park still open? All right, let's jump into the next one. Video 5. Memorial Service.
John, what is it?
No, footage from the second video.
John, we gotta go. John, we gotta go. John, we gotta go. John, we gotta go.
I think it's also scary that this thing could come out during the day. Like it's not just exclusive to night. Ooh, a call.
Alex, come in! Alex, come in! It's an emergency! What's going on? What's happening? It's Tom! He's been attacked! Alex, my what? Where are you? The Wendigo! It's eating him! It's eating him alive, Alex! It's eating him! Where are you? I'm a dead man still! Hurry! Keep running! I'll send rangers as quick as I can! Hurry, Alex! Hurry! It's eating him! I can hear it! It's coming for me! Oh God, it's coming for me! Oh God, Steve, please, just keep running, please. I am, I think it's, I can hear it, I can hear it. Oh my God, it's coming for me, I can hear it, I'm gonna die. Please, head for the camping area, the ranger's gonna meet you halfway. I'm running as fast as I can. Wait, I think I can see him, I think I can see him. I think I might see him, think I got. Hey, I'm gonna attack on you! Fire! Fire! We scared it off! It's running away! It's running away! I'm safe! Thank God! Thank God!
Okay, so it seems like that call kind of took place right after John was killed. And basically Steve called the balance being like, yo, there's a Wendigo here and it's chasing me. So, and then I guess he met up with some other people and they scared it off. I tried to put captions on, but there weren't really good captions there. It was just auto-generated.
Hi everybody, welcome to Woodlands National Park. And here are some updates for the park this upcoming week. Firstly, we would like to thank everyone who came out to our dear friend John Stewart's memorial service yesterday. It was, it really was a beautiful thing, seeing all the rangers, all the park goers, all the staff there. It really was beautiful to honor our dear friend who worked here for over 20 years as our wildlife photographer. We would like to ask that you keep his wife and kids in your prayers. This upcoming time's going to be really hard for them.
Bro, if I was Steve, I would have quit already after what I saw.
You okay? Yeah, I don't want to do this right now. I'm tired. I'm depressed. I'm miserable. I'm exhausted. It's been one thing after another. I just don't want to do this right now. I just want a break. I want to break too, man, but we got to get this video out. You got the memo just as well as I did. The death quota is already too high. We're not even halfway through the year yet. And if they found out our wildlife photographer got killed by one of these things, oh my gosh, they'd have a field day with us. They'd shut the park down is what would happen. I know.
Good.
Yeah, what do you need?
John's wife is down here at the ranger station. She's asking a lot of questions. You better get
We gotta go. We gotta go. Shut the camera off. Shut the camera off.
Get lost exploring the back alleys of the city, but find a ride when you need one. Travel bravely with Grab. Upfront fares. Built-in safety.
Oh, so they didn't tell the public how John died.
Ma'am, for the last time, I strongly urge you to sign the agreement and take the money.
Why? What is it that I'm not supposed to talk about? For God's sakes, my husband worked as a cameraman for a national park. It sounds like you're trying to hide something.
Mrs. Stewart, this is standard protocol when something like this happens.
None of you care what actually happened to John. Stop pretending like you care. You know, he told me what happens here. What really happens here. I know he didn't die from a bear attack. He was a wildlife cameraman for over 20 years. He was way too experienced for that. I think one of those things, one of those monsters got him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He told me about how the park lies to the public by downplaying how dangerous the monsters really are. He told me about how the park covers up how many people actually die as a way to keep this whole operation afloat.
I strongly recommend that you stop talking. For your own good.
Nancy, stop talking right now. And you, get the hell out.
I was just...
I don't care. I said get the hell out, right now. And don't say a word of this to anyone, or have you working as a public defender the rest of your measly career.
Steve, what is going on? Please tell me what's going on.
Nancy, you need to sign this NDA right now.
What? Steve, please tell me what happened to John.
Please, Nancy, you can't be talking about this right now. I don't know who's listening.
Who is listening?
Shh. Read. Don't speak.
Oh God, really?
Oh, he wrote down what happened and was showing it to her, I guess.
They wouldn't. John worked for them for so long. Why me?
Nancy, listen to me. You haven't said too much yet. If you sign the agreement now, you can walk away from this. I'm sorry what happened to John, but that's over and done with now. These people. I've seen what they'll do. The people who know too much. You need to do this, Nancy. Do it for the kids. They already lost their dad. They're gonna need their mom now.
Okay. I'll sign it.
Now the lawyer's gonna write you a check. Take the money and go to the bank immediately and cash it out. Get the kids and get as far away from here as you possibly can. And don't you ever say a word about what he told you or what happened here today. Do you understand me?
Yes, I understand.
If you need anything, Nancy, you call me.
Alright. So it seems like when John died, they kind of just told the public that he was killed by a bear in the park. But what his wife actually finds out is the truth, it seems. It seems like Steve wrote down what was really going on a piece of paper and was showing it to her so that she wouldn't say it out loud, or nobody would say it out loud, because clearly someone was recording that entire interaction just now. And we also definitely got confirmation that this goes way deeper than we thought. There is some kind of higher power in control here, because he's saying listen, take the money. It's basically hush money. Don't talk about what happened, take the money, move away, just go far away and never speak about this ever again for your own safety. Whoever's in control has a lot of power and could definitely, I guess, make people disappear if they were to start talking. So there's definitely more than just wendigos and walkers and these creatures going on. There's something overseeing it all. Maybe these things may possibly even be experiments or something. I don't know. That's just me throwing that out there. Who knows? But I guess we'll find out more as we go on. Video 6. What happened to the miners in the 1850s?
Those with Robinhood Gold can enjoy a 3% IRA match. Tremendous.
You got a ricotta with Calvani, Italy's #1 cheese brand.
Hi everyone, I'm Park Ranger Steve with Woodlands National Park.
Hi, Steve.
And today I'm going to be talking about a creature that can only be found here at Woodlands National Park.
Oh, hi guys.
Alex.
I'm out here panning for gold, just like the miners in the 1850s used to do in this natural river. What they would actually do is take shelter in these natural forming caves, but little did they know that there were hellish creatures awaiting deep inside those caverns.
And these hellish creatures are called cave critters. Cave critters are tall, gray, humanoid-like creatures with 6 appendages that range anywhere between 10 to 12 feet. These creatures also have superhuman strength, which gives them the ability to hold on and scale rocks very fast. The creatures also tend not to leave the cave. Go, now. Go, go, go.
The best photograph we have on file, taken by John Stewart in 1957. Yo, shout out John, man. How did he not die earlier? Since precautions have been taken, we have not had a fatality due to cave critters since 1962.
Cave critters actually don't reproduce like normal animals. What they actually do is they have a virus that lives in their saliva, and they infect people through biting. Now, once you have the virus, we call this a 45-45-10 rule, meaning you have a 45% chance of dying from the disease, a 45% chance of turning completely into a cave critter, and a 10% chance of having absolutely no side effects. We don't fully understand how this works.
Within the first 2 weeks, the victim may experience rabies-like symptoms. Also, within the later month, they experience more symptoms, including but not limited to changes in skin color, superhuman strength, and the urge to return to the cave at all times.
So they're kind of like zombies in a way. Oh, Dire Corp, hello. Alright, so Dire Corp definitely seems to be like this higher power above everything. Gamma level clearance again. Are we gonna get to see a cave critter right now?
What should we do? What's going on? You guys
Okay, I think that was someone maybe in the process of turning into a cave critter and they kind of just put him down right away. Park brochure information again. Cave critters. First discovered by miners during the gold rush, cave critters are pale humanoid-like creatures with 6 appendages. They have long fingers and claws that enable them to climb and scale rocks effortlessly. If bitten by a cave critter, you have a 45% chance of dying, a 45% chance of turning into a cave critter, and a 10% chance of surviving without any side effects. That 10% chance is very interesting. I wonder if there is a particular reason behind this, or if it's just how it works. We're not sure of their origin. Attempts to research them has proven fatal. Makes sense.
The reason for this powerful urge to be drawn back to the cave is due to intense pheromones given off by the larger group of cave critters. Once the victim has reached the cave, it will be ushered in and protected by the larger group of cave critters until the full transformation, it takes around 6 months, will be fully completed.
Damn, that's a long transformation process.
What should you do to stay safe against these cave critters?
Now, luckily, you don't have to worry about that, because here at Woodlands National Park, safety is our #1 priority. That's why we took the liberty of using caution tape to block off the cave.
Now, under the very rare circumstance that you encounter someone with rabies-like symptoms approaching the cave, under no circumstances should you try and stop them, as they will cause bodily harm to get to the cave. Now, what you should do is get to your local visitor center or contact a park ranger immediately.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask a park ranger or pick up a brochure at the visitor center.
We hope you enjoy your visit and that you have a great time at Woodlands National Park.
Steve and Alex gotta get paid like $100 an hour or some craziness. I don't even know if that's enough, but they gotta be getting paid really well to just be so casual about this. Like, they're terrified of what's going on, but they also just continue to work there and act like it's normal. But who is watching these videos? Who is watching these videos and they're like, oh, I'm happy that I'm educated on the cave critters. Now I know to avoid the cave at the national park. I am not going to this park. The second I hear about a cave critter, a Wendigo, a walker, any of them, I'm not going. There is no shot. But alright, let's jump into the next one. Video 7. The Cave Critter Disease Outbreak of 1975.
What's this?
It's complicated.
Can you feel the crispy chili and the garlicky goodness? Savory sesame. The umami is just layers packed with flavor.
Dire Corp again. Gamma level clearance again. Don't worry, guys. You guys got the gamma level clearance from me. October 7th of 1975, Todd Harrison's curiosity had him venture too close to the cave where he was bitten by a cave critter. He hurriedly left, covering his wounds, avoiding any suspicion from the Rangers. Todd was unaware of how serious his injury was as he felt fine on his way back to New York. The following week, he started feeling bad and went to a local Dyer medical facility. After hearing he visited the park, the symptoms he had were more than alarming. His blood was drawn and sent to the labs for testing. It was discovered that he was in stage 1 of the cave critter disease. Head Park Ranger Steve was notified. So, okay, so this guy got cave critter disease and then left. Nice.
Hello? This is James with Dyer Tech Medical. My security clearance code is Alpha 586925. What I'm about to tell you is confidential information. Please hold while I confirm your security code. Alright, what can I do for you? I need to confirm some information. Could you verify a couple of things for me? Yeah, I'll do my best. I need you to tell me if a gentleman by the name of Todd Harrison was in your park last week. Give me 1 second and let me check it. Well, according to our records, this Todd Harrison guy bought a day pass for Tuesday the 7th. Why, is there something going on? Yes. Recently, he visited one of our local Dyer Tech medical centers and was exhibiting early stages of cave critter disease. The physician there was unsure of the symptoms he was exhibiting, so they sent Todd's blood work to the lab. Upon further examination of his blood samples, I've concluded that he's already in stage 1 of cave critter disease. What? How in the hell? How did he get past our ranger centers undetected? The bite appears on his right forearm, which could easily have been covered with a long-sleeve shirt or jacket. Damn it! Please tell me you have this man's location. Yeah, we have his address. Send in a team! Don't worry, we're already on it. Okay, good. Keep me updated on the situation. I have to notify some people and they're not going to be happy.
Okay, that can't be good, because now if he starts getting a little crazy and biting other people, it'll probably spread. The day that James reached out to Steve, 5 days had passed since the blood work had been sent off and confirmed with Dyer Tech Labs. A team was sent out the same day to Todd Harrison's home. Upon arrival, the team concluded that Todd had been living out of the closet in the basement. Oh, I guess they found towels over all the windows blocking any light from coming through as he grew more sensitive to light as his condition worsened. Yeah, he's trying to turn his house into like a cave-like scenario. A cameraman was then sent in to record the findings. So that's the closet he was living in, I guess. Oh, what is that in the sink? The blood on the sink is believed to be one of the side effects from the disease. As seen from previous subjects, symptoms could be bleeding that occurs from the eyes and nose. These symptoms were documented from a subject in 1961.
What did you do?
I saved her.
You swore.
Was that the 1961 case or was that Todd Harrison? Oh, well, he's dead now. Yeah, the blood from the eyes and the nose. The team continued to search the surrounding area, but came up empty-handed. Approximately 6 months later, 2 security guards heard strange noises coming from an abandoned hospital on the hill. One went to investigate and was attacked. The second guard claimed to have seen his friend get taken by a tall, gray, 6-limbed creature. DireCorp caught wind of these events and immediately sent a team. Oh, okay. 10 men arrived, heavily armed, including a cameraman for documentation. Shout out to DireCorp for always documenting stuff. Out of the 10 men, only 3 survived during the takedown. 2 of which bitten... Wait, 2 of which bitten and what? 2 of which bitten and infected. So only 1 person survived normally. The cameraman was killed and his footage destroyed, except for a few still frames the team was able to salvage. Okay, I almost can't even tell what's going on here. Another not good frame. Oh, you could... Oh, okay, you could see it. You could see its outline here. The 2 infected survivors were taken into containment to be studied. The cave critter body was removed and the cover-up process began. All right. Okay, so when they showed up to Todd's house, he actually wasn't there. He had, at that point, left and gone to the abandoned hospital, I guess, where he fully transformed into a cave critter. I guess he couldn't go back to the actual cave because he was now in New York, which was far from wherever the original state that the park is in. So he kind of created his own cave in an abandoned building, and abandoned buildings are usually very moist, very dark, and stuff like that. So it makes sense for that to be like a cave-like location in comparison. But at least they did get to take down the cave critter, and I mean, they have 2 infected people, but who knows what they did with them. Maybe they still have them. I'm sure they probably do, and they're probably doing tests on them and whatnot. But yeah, it seems like DireCorp tries to cover up anything that comes out of this park like that. Video 8. The 45-foot tall walker. Woodlands National Park.
Hi everybody, welcome to Woodlands National Park. I'm Park Ranger Steve, and
Hi,
today we're
Steve.
talking about the importance of only staying at designated campsites. This is very...
Oh,
Give this a second.
bro, we're recording a video.
Yeah, Alex, what's up?
I'm down at Ranger Station 4. I got a camper who just came up here covered in blood, and he said he and his 3 friends were attacked by what sounds like a walker. This happened last night, but he just made it up here. He's covered in blood. You need to get down here ASAP.
Okay.
I'm on the way. All right, we gotta go. We gotta go. I've got 2 rangers from Station 7 taking this way. We need to see this way. We'll kind of make a turn and funnel in. It's this general vicinity. It's this general vicinity. All right, let's go. I don't think it's much farther. From where this camper says he...
But you can't see the walker, right? So...
Hey, Alex, you hear that? Hear what? Wait. Yeah. Is that? That's music. Sounds like from here, over here. Yeah.
Maybe somebody left a radio on or something? One of the people at the campsite that was attacked?
I see it. Yep, I got it. Here's where your music coming from.
Attention all rangers, we found the campsite. About a mile off trail this way.
Okay, well, there's two people. Where did the tech go?
You're not gonna believe this. Guy gets to the ranger station. I mean, he's in bad shape. Says the walker picked him up while he was in the tent and lobs him across the forest. He says he lands in a tree about 30 feet up. Falls, and I guess that's how he snapped his leg.
Oh, so that's why it took him till daytime to get there, because his leg was broken.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Alex called us in.
Attention all rangers, we have human remains at my location. Send disposal units. Do a final sweep of the trail as well. We don't need anybody stumbling across any more remains that might be close. Alright, let's hurry this up and find any other remains that might be around here.
Our seafood is certified sustainable, so you can feel good about what's on your plate. Our top fan favorites are
Oh my god, Alex. Jesus Christ, ripped him to shreds.
Nothing but pieces left.
Oh my god. They better get here quick. They need to clean this up. This is bad.
Steve?
Yeah.
Found the tent.
Holy shit.
It wasn't lying.
Okay.
That's gotta be at least 30 feet.
Yeah, so it's a really tall walker.
Hey. That's a camera. No way.
Oh, so we might actually get footage right now.
So the campsite is about a mile over there, but honestly, I don't feel like going. It's gonna be crowded, it's gonna be loud. I think we should just go off the trail and find a space for ourselves. That's not a half bad idea.
I don't know, the rangers were pretty clear that we're not supposed to camp anywhere except the designated spots.
Come on, man, I brought the radio. Yeah, man, we can listen to some tunes. Besides, it's like a mile away. We can get help.
Fine, I don't really feel like hiking another mile anyway.
Come on, let's go. What do you guys think about this spot? It's alright to me.
Yeah, it's not half bad.
Alright, I'll start setting it up. Sounds fine.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
How's the radio all static?
I mean, we're in the middle of the woods.
The static. I guess they didn't watch the Walker video. Actually, I think this does confirm, like, these Walker videos and stuff aren't available to all the public, because wouldn't they probably know about the Walkers and the static and everything if those videos were available to the public? Just saying.
An old radio, but where'd you buy that piece of crap? Did you break it?
Yeah, what the heck is wrong with it?
That's really loud. What was that?
Yo, hell, we don't have earthquakes in Washington, do we?
Is that a bear?
I mean, whatever it is, it's massive.
Yeah, it just sounds huge.
You crazy?
Yeah, we'll go check it out.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
The person that always says let's go check it out dies first.
We gotta go, man.
Why is Dallas doing that?
I don't know. Hey, what do you see? Dallas! 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 Dallas!
Oh, I know you're not running towards it. Okay.
No, 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 no! Mark! Mark, we gotta go! I got a gun. We have to find the right...
A gun?
Alright, got it.
I don't know if that's gonna help you, bro.
Did you see anything? I don't see anything!
Yeah, you're definitely not seeing it at night.
Mark! Where are you? Mark!
And the guy with the gun is gone.
No. No, 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 no. Ah!
Oh, it's a flare gun? Kind of looked like a flare gun there. Oh, it is. I don't think that tent's saving you, buddy. Oh, he's alive. Oh, this must be the guy that survived. So he's in the tree at this point. No.
What is power? Maybe the better question is, how much of it can you...
No. Okay, so my thoughts overall on Woodlands National Park. I honestly thought all the videos were good. I think it's a lot harder to make actual footage recorded analog horror. I think it's very easy for it to get cheesy or corny, and there may have been a few points where I thought like the acting was a little but again, like I said, I can't really judge because if I had to act, it would be horrible. But I think they do a really good job of like balancing the classic analog horror aspect with like images and text while also showing actual footage of events going down. And in that footage, they show you just enough that it doesn't fully take you out. I like that we don't get to fully see the Wendigo because I think it would be really corny if we did. I feel like whenever a horror movie or anything actually shows the monster fully, it completely takes away the horror aspect of it. I think what makes these things really scary is that we don't know what they look like completely, and we kind of make it up in our imagination to be so much scarier than what it could actually be sometimes. Story-wise, I do think that there is something way bigger going on here. Whether it's Dire Corp experimenting on things and accidentally creating these monsters, or if they just have bigger plans with these monsters overall, and that's why they don't want the news getting out to the public. It almost feels like that they're on purpose feeding these monsters. Like, yes, they're letting the public know about them, but someone made a good point that during the Wendigo video, Steve clearly says not to run when you see the Wendigo, but runs anyway. And the point that they're making in the comments is that Steve probably knows best what to do, and he knows what's best to do is run. But for some videos that you're showing the public, if you were to just be like, oh, well, if you see a Wendigo, you're dead, people are probably less likely to come to the park. So by saying like, oh, just back away slowly and then, you know, then run away, it kind of gives people a little more of a safer idea of what's going to happen if they see a Wendigo, even though most likely it's going to be an instant death. I think the only reason that Steve survived the Wendigo attack is literally just because it killed John and was feasting on his body first before going for Steve. But I really did like this analog horror, and I would like to continue covering it in the future. If you'd like to see me cover more of it, don't forget to drop a like on this video. But seriously, big shout out to the channel Buddy Films that did all of these videos that you saw today. Please go subscribe to them and check out their channel in the link down below. They do have other videos on their channel as well. Always make sure to go support your analog horror content creators. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any theories
The design studio by Mathis Home is the premier destination for designer furniture. We have the latest trends from top...
Before we start today's video, what is analog horror? Analog horror is a subgenre of horror that uses distorted graphics, cryptic messages, and visual styles similar to late 20th century television. Many analog horror series have popped up in the last couple of years, such as The Backrooms, The Mandela Catalog, Local 58, and many, many more. Today, we're going to explore a bit of a lesser-known series. It's called Vita Carnis. Vita Carnis? Vita Carnis? I think it's Vita Carnis. I hope. Vita Carnis is a series that takes place in an alternate timeline of Earth. In 1931, humans discovered a branchy, gross organism called the Crawl. The Crawl seemed fine at first, growing naturally all around the planet and even benefiting the ecosystem. But as time went on, the Crawl began to create many different types of creatures, and those creatures have started to become a threat to humanity itself. In this video, I'll be reacting to all the videos in the Vita Carnis series so far, and giving my own theories as to what's really going on here. Like I said before, in analog horror, not everything is immediately given to you, so there's a lot of theorizing and trying to put clues together, so I'll be sure to let you know my thoughts as we go through this. But here we go, let's jump right in. Video 1. The Crawl. Federal law provides severe civil and criminal penalties for the unauthorized viewing of this footage.
On planet Earth, life has thrived for millions of years. Creatures big and small have found ways to adapt and evolve to flourish in all types of environments. From barren wastes to lush forests, life can be found. Earth has homed these creatures since the dawn of life itself. Only until very recently, things have changed. New life forms have appeared all around the globe and completely changing the balance of nature and what we know about evolution itself. That is why we, at National Living Meat Research, have been studying these new species, trying to help educate everyone about these creatures and their wondrous ways of life. First, what are these new life forms? Since their explosive arrival across the globe in 1931, there has been much debate on what these newcomers are, and where they came from. Are they extraterrestrials coming to invade Earth? Or are they demons who come from hell to purge humanity? From what our scientists have discovered, no. The origins of these creatures are solely to Earth, miraculously out of nowhere. We don't know why or how, but one thing is for certain, Earth is now their home. What these creatures are is mysterious and still not well known today. But here is what we do know. These creatures are comprised mainly of muscle tissue, organs, and bones. They greatly resemble animals with no skin, or store-bought meat. Because of these characteristics, they have been named accordingly as Vita Carnis. The Carnis species consume decaying, organic matter, but their main diet is composed of raw meat, not including their Carnis relatives. The Carnis only appear in places where there is an abundance of Crawl, which leads to the first creature of the Carnis species, the Crawl. The Crawl is a growth of meaty tendrils that closely resemble the small intestine, the only difference being a dark red coloration. These tendrils grow in a similar pattern as vines, mold, or fungi. A primary stem structure is the host to divisions of other, smaller branches, and each tendril contains a variety of veins, arteries, and other similar organs used to transport nutrients absorbed from its surroundings. The ends of these tendrils are equipped with organelles used to absorb water and organic matter necessary for growth. The source of these organic materials is mainly found in dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces. Using its root-like tendrils, it absorbs the material and processes it into usable energy. Although, the Crawl also obtains energy through another means, using a sophisticated form of photosynthesis. The dark pigmentation of the smaller branches is ideal for absorbing sunlight, and therefore allowing solar energy to fuel the Crawl's growth. Because of its efficiency, it thrives in almost all types of environments, easily allowing it to spread across the world, and can be found pretty much anywhere. Its recent inclusion in the ecosystem has caused many major changes in nature's balance. One may assume that the crawl's presence may outcompete any other competitors, but due to its unique life cycle, where old branches fall off and decay into nutrient-rich compost, all forms of life seemingly flourish instead.
Oh.
The crawl's abundance grants plenty of nourishment to all animals, from plants feeding on the decayed crawl, herbivores thriving on increased plant population, and carnivores feeding on both the abundant prey, and
So that's
are able
good.
to eat the crawl as well. This form of symbiosis leads to an environment where all populations thrive.
That's great.
Humanity also uses the crawl to our advantage. Because of the supernatural rate of growth and its richness in nutrients, it has been sustainably cultivated into domestic farms. The crawl is harvested and processed into fertilizer, which greatly increases crop yield and quality. The crawl may also be used as a food source for humans, and reliably so. But due to its unkindly
I'd eat
appearance
that.
and taste, it has yet to reach cuisine standards.
Yeah.
The crawl also plays a very important role in the next creatures that we have been studying. Sometimes, in a crawl-populated environment, a node of meat may develop on one of the branches. This node will fall off and grow into a functioning organism, and go to live on as an independent animal.
Oh.
This leads us to the upcoming species that we will be discussing. The first of these creatures are the trimmings.
Hey, yo, mama. Rewind that. Got it. Not that it matters, because it's unreadable. Once upon a time. Then we could take a look at more of them later.
Gatorlight, rapid rehydration with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes.
Video 2. Trimmings.
The trimmings. Trimmings are small animals that resemble skin
That is disgusting.
raccoons. They are commonly known to have a plump body, round head, small eyes, nose and ear holes, and an agape mouth. They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs. All individual trimmings are unique, each with a different body shape, number of limbs, and other characteristics. One thing they all share in common is that they are made mostly of meat tissue, and are a maximum of 20 centimeters in length, no larger than a basketball.
Still, too big.
With its separation from the crawl, people wonder to find anything that is edible and able to consume. Although it is an omnivore, being able to hunt meat and forage for plant matter, trimmings are almost entirely scavengers. Their diet consists of rotting plants and meat, including, but not limited to, fruits, vegetables, roots, seeds, insects, and deceased animals. Although its appearance is unsightly, it is a cowardly creature.
Like, can you imagine walking down the street and just seeing this, like, run across the street like a raccoon or something? That's disgusting. I hate that it's, like, wet looking, too.
Only fleeing, screeching, and hiding when threatened. Because of its lack of defensive traits, it lies near the bottom of the food chain, making it easily overpowered and picked off very regularly by predators.
That's good.
Naturally, its population would eventually die out. This is not the case.
Another frame.
The crawl constantly produces a large quantity of trimming nodes, keeping up their numbers. Naturally, trimmings can be found wherever there is abundant crawl. Trimmings grow at a decent pace, reaching maturity at around 7 months, having a maximum lifespan of 2 to 4 years. Although they are plentiful, humanity has no proper way to implement trimmings into society. Their overabundance has even considered them pests, due to them digging through trash bins and making excessive noise at night. Besides all of this, some people still keep trimmings as
This is the problem with people, man. Dogs make sense. Dogs look cute. You know what I mean? Hamsters can look cute. Rabbits, all these things look cute. And then you have this thing that looks like that, like Yali said before, it looks like somebody found it in the corner of the New York subway after it's been living there for 6 years. Like, this is... no.
relatively domesticate them. Nuisance or not, trimmings are a wondrous creature. From their plentiful numbers to their skittish nature, they are truly a thing to behold. The next species on our list is The meat snake.
The meat snake. That sounds yummy. Mass trimming infestation, question mark? Estimated 400 plus trimmings gathered under a large abandoned satellite dish. Video 3. Meat snakes. The meat snake. Now this is something I'd like to own.
The meat snake. The meat snake is a worm-like creature.
Never mind.
Made of a variety of types of meat, coated in a transparent, skin-like membrane. Its size varies during its lifespan, depending on how much it consumes. When it first separates from the crawl, it is only a few centimeters in length. Eventually, it will reach an average length of 5 meters. Although, under extreme conditions, like natural disasters, war, or plague, it can greatly surpass this length. The meat snake's diet consists entirely of dead animals or parts. A meat snake is incapable of consuming a healthy, living organism. The meat snake allocates its food by using a tongue-like organ covered in sensors to touch and feel its environment. The sensors catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby. This process shares many similarities to regular snakes, hence the meat snake's name. Once it locates the corpse, the meat snake will open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole.
God damn.
Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will release a variety of chemicals. Some will break down soft tissue like skin, and the connection points between muscles. Others chemicals will then ferment and preserve the tissue to keep it from breaking down for as long as possible. After that, the remaining flesh and bones will move along the meat snake's tract, and slowly be implemented into its own structure, extending the meat snake. Unsatisfactory parts like skulls, pelvises, hair, and fingernails will be excreted.
That's gross.
Speaking of skulls, the meat snake will take the skull from the consumed organism and use it as its own. Each meat snake has its own skull, each corresponding to what that one has consumed.
That's kind of cool, but also super creepy. Like, that is an interesting concept. Imagine finding one with like a human-shaped head.
During its lifespan, it will swap or replace these skulls if needed. A meat snake's lifespan depends entirely on how much a meat snake consumes. The longest one has lived for was 28 years. The meat snake has no predators and is immune to disease due to its preserving chemicals. The only significant ways a meat snake can die is through starvation, burning, or complete destruction of the meat snake's membrane coating.
Damn.
Interestingly, the meat snake is the only
Yo! That's an actual monster, bro. Nah, I definitely don't want one. Absolutely not. I take that back. Nah, that is bonkers.
member of the Carnies family that is able to reproduce. When a meat snake reaches an excessive size, and is in the conditions to do so, it will commence mitosis, splitting itself in two. Then the now two meat snakes will go on their separate ways and live on as two distinct organisms. Meat snakes can only be found in moderate temperature climates, not too hot, not too cold. Their population depends entirely on the amount of corpses available. Where there is death, there are meat snakes. Humanity will use them to our advantage. Meat snakes are a very efficient and clean way of disposing of any meat products. The preserving fluid within the meat snake's body disinfects the area, preventing the spread of disease. Humans use meat snakes in butcher shops as a waste bin, dispose roadkill, and then more on the battlefield to dispose of festering bodies and parts.
That's crazy. That's how you get rid of dead bodies in war? You give them to the meat snake? I mean, at least mankind is adapting, right? But, like, come on, man. At what point are you like, maybe we shouldn't have these things to begin with?
And when ensues to dispose of deceased animals, they are extremely tame, not caring if any creature is around them, only acting defensively when it is within consuming a meal. This means they are very easy to tame.
Okay, so they're not really a threat.
Overall, meat snakes are a marvelous creature with a very interesting way of sustaining itself. It is an amazing experience to encounter one, as long as you don't mind the smell. Our next creature is the mimic.
Alright, There's no way that could be good. Largest meat snake ever discovered. During a sweep of underground settlements made during the war, a massive-sized meat snake was discovered stuck inside an underground railway. The beast was measured to be a total of 40 meters in length. It is believed that bodies gathered during the war were fed to the creature, causing it to reach an unbelievable size. Cult activity. Hold on 1 second. That's about the width of a football field. Or soccer field. However you want to say it.
Our seafood is certified sustainable, so you can feel good about what's on your plate. Our top 10 favorites are char-grilled salmon, roasted barramundi sea bass, and garlic butter shrimp. Craveable seafood that won't break the bank. Order today.
If it's gorgeous, you want stunning, beautiful. Look for the grit. Because it's the pros who are out there, pulling together dozens of projects a year, thousands in a lifetime. They're not cookie cutter, and never the same. Pros know what looks amazing, and they know where remarkable is always in stock. At Florin Decor.
Video 4. Mimics. The mimic. This can't be good. Anything that mimics is always bad.
The mimic. The mimic is a bipedal creature with uncanny similarities to humanoid anatomy. They greatly resemble humans without skin, with added exaggerated features. These features include extended finger length, longer limbs, bulging, empty eyes, and their most prominent feature, a wide, teeth-filled smile. Although it resembles a happy face, this is due to coincidence, and is only how their facial structure is shaped. The maw of the mimic contains much more teeth than humans, and their teeth is comprised almost entirely of incisors, with some canine and premolars in the back. This tooth composition is ideal for biting down onto meat and swallowing chunks whole. A mature mimic's diet is comprised entirely of human flesh.
Pause. What was that?
A mature mimic's diet is comprised entirely of human flesh.
Alright. So the meat snake, that was bad. The flea-looking thing was also bad, but they weren't like threats necessarily. This is a threat.
Because of this, they are found solely around human-populated areas.
Oh, great.
The mimic's life cycle is made of 3 stages. In the first stage, a young mimic separates from the crawl. They closely resemble their trimming relatives, but are thin, sleek, and only have 4 appendages. In this stage, the young mimic will hunt small animals, moving on to larger and larger as they grow. Once large enough, it will begin metamorphosis into the next stage of life. Once fully transformed, it will resemble the description mentioned in the beginning. Its hunting style changes and becomes...
Look at how tall that thing is! Mimic locked inside home after owner escaped. There's another stage.
It now stalks and feeds only on humans. It will locate human-populated area and begin its search for a new target. To blend in, it may use objects to conceal itself. These include clothing, mannequins,
Shut up. So it's smart. It's very intelligent if it's using clothes.
Once the target has been found, the mimic will observe its prey and run into routine and when it is most vulnerable. This is typically when the human is asleep at night. Once the prey is within position, the mimic will advance silently until it is close enough. The mimic will then execute it immediately to begin consumption. Once the mimic has had its fill, it will leave the scene, a fair distance away from the human population, and begin to digest its meal. Although, in the case that a human is awake, a mimic will use a variety of sounds to either lure or startle prey in the corner.
Jesus Christ, was that real? Hello?
Variety of sounds to either lure or startle prey into cornering themselves. Once a human is in place, it will swiftly attack and kill the helpless target. The next stage of the mimic's life cycle has two potential.
In my opinion, I think found handheld camera is like some of the scariest horror because it feels the most real. This is really well done. Hold on, I gotta... That's terrifying. Like, imagine walking around and just seeing this thing, and this is just normal. Like, it's not like this is a horror movie and there's just like one of these things. Like, they exist. I hate that. God.
The next stage of the mimic's life cycle has two potential morphs it may develop into. If a mimic has a consistent supply of food, it will develop more human-like features. It will grow skin, hair, and by the end will look nearly identical to a human being.
What?
It now can blend entirely into civilization and lure other humans more effectively. The second type of morph happens when a mimic receives an overabundance of food. It will grow into a larger, more evolved hunter. Its proportions will increase in length, and its humanoid features will fade away. It grows a thick, dark coating of a flexible skin, which is highly durable, and increases in strength the more the elder mimic consumes. This excludes the face, which is now coated in a pale pink skin.
That's ridiculous.
The mimic's teeth have also moved deeper into the mimic's throat, leaving its mouth a toothless grin. It uses the dark hue of its skin to hide seamlessly within a dark environment. Its skills have also been heightened. This makes an elder mimic one of the most efficient predators on the planet.
Yeah.
Because of the obvious threat this poses on humanity, nations around the world have released instructions on how to be able to fend for yourself in a mimic encounter. Here are the instructions.
1. Avoid going out alone if your location is known to have mimics, or there have been mimic sightings. 2. If you encounter a stationary mimic, seemingly unfazed by your presence, quietly leave the location and alert your local authorities. 3. If pursued by a mimic, get yourself into a position where you are able to flee. Mimics will rarely attack if a person has a clear escape route. 4. In the event that you have been cornered by a mimic, roll into the fetal position, protecting your neck, face, and vital organs from attack. Make as much noise as you can to alert any other people. 5. If you have a weapon, do not use it. A mimic is fairly resilient, and any strikes or shots on a mimic is not effective enough to bring it down in time. Instead, use it
even with a gun?
As a barrier between you and the mimic to block any attacks. 6. In a situation where a mimic is hunting in the immediate area and is not aware of your position, hide somewhere low, like under a bed or behind other furniture. A mimic will not linger too long to search for prey and will move on.
Bullshit.
Be safe.
We just watched the video of it's walking around a room for like a whole minute trying to find somebody.
And avoid any encounters with a mimic at all costs. Next up, the Harvester.
Now, can it really get any worse than that? My apologies. There's another thing yet. There's another like 30 seconds. Wow. Video 5. Harvesters. Here we go.
The Harvester. The Harvester is a large, bulbous mass, with a large amount of tendrils spreading from the base. The bulb measures around 3 meters in height and 2 meters in diameter. The tendrils, on the other hand, can extend up to 150 meters in diameter horizontally. A harvester is a specialized form of crawl that grows in a unique and deadly way. A harvester is created when a node, that will grow into a harvester, instead of separating, continues to grow. Eventually, it will grow tendrils of its own. It uses the energy provided by its mother branch and expands its reach further. Its tendrils, hidden just below the surface of the ground. The harvester is equipped with two types of specialized tendrils. The first type is bulky and flat. They lie the closest to the surface. These branches are lined on each length of the tendril with spines, extending in the shape of a bear trap. On each side of the branch, those particular spines have a vein that feed into them, that pump two types of venom. On one side, the spines can inject a neurotoxin, which will attack the nervous system of whomever it is injected into, causing sudden paralysis. The other side can inject an anticoagulant, which when injected, prevents blood cells from clotting. Whenever a large animal moves across the area armed with these tendrils, the branches will clamp onto the animal and thrash violently. Once the prey has been injected with both venoms, the tendrils will rest and the prey will immediately collapse. The animal will be unable to move due to the paralysis, and the wounds caused by the thrashing spines will not stop bleeding. All the prey can do is